Good evening, vinyl community. This is Graham Allen, and just wanted to show three albums quite quickly that I picked up recently. One of them particularly was kind of very interesting and delighted to find it. But first of all, Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group, an album from 1976. Really good fusion album, as you'd expect, particularly with Jan Hammer. The reason I really like this is it's got a lot of mini moog playing by Jan Hammer, kind of competing with Jeff Beck sometimes. But it's just a very good album in terms of a mixture of quite busy fusion, but also quite funky as well. So this copy comes on the Nemperor Records label, really nice label, in really good condition. Pick this up for a good price. There's Jan Hammer, there's Jeff Beck, and it has a favourite track of mine, which is called Darkness, Earth in Search of a Sun, which has just got a fantastic mini Moog intro, which is really bassy and subwoofer, and just goes, it's a window pane rattler, it really is. So if you like sort of very powerful Moog sounds, this is a great album. Jeff Beck is fantastic, just highly recommend it. So Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group, and that is, I'm pretty sure it's 1976. Okay, next I was due to see Genesis at the O2 Centre in London, and probably as people know, it unfortunately has been cancelled due to band members and road crew testing positive for COVID. It looks like everyone's okay, which is great, and in fact they've just announced the rescheduled dates, I think for March in 2022, so I'm really looking forward to that. But really I just picked this up because I was thinking about Genesis. So I've got this on CD, but it's quite nice to have on vinyl. You don't see it that often. So this is the 92 World Tour, and there was two single albums were released. One was called The Shorts and the other one was called The Longs, and I got The Longs. So this is the more older Genesis, some medleys from the old catalogue, and it's just a really good recording. As you said, you don't see it that often, this album. So it's on the Virgin label. Genesis, of course, were on Charisma in the 1970s, but on Virgin latterly. Really good copy. And tracks, sort of outstanding tracks on this. It's got quite a nice inner sleeve, which I don't think the CD has. So just a really good picture of them. But it's got some great tracks on it. Dance on a Volcano, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, The Musical Box, Firth of Fifth, I Know What I Like, so real old classics. And then some of the newer material, but it's the longer tracks. So Driving the Last Spike, Domino Parts 1 and 2, which is an absolute favourite, really good, kind of modern progressive sound. And then there's Home by the Sea, Fading Lights. Excellent album. The only thing for me, it omits the drum duets, which was on the CD. So Chester Thompson and Phil Collins always did a drum duet on these tours, which was really a highlight for me. Certainly, it was kind of tribal, two drummers swapping licks and fills with each other, so it was always a highlight. Unfortunately, it's been omitted, I guess because of the length of time for vinyl. So that was just a little bit of a disappointment, but a great album. So that's Genesis, Live, The Way We Walk, Volume 2, The Longs. And then the last one, I don't know if you'll be able to sort of see this on camera. It's David Sanchez and Tone. David Sanchez is a well-known multi-instrumentalist who's played with quite a lot of people. Sting being one of the well-known ones, Peter Gabriel, and I think he's played with Bruce Springsteen as well. Usually as a keyboard player, but he's an excellent guitarist as well, and he can sing. And this is kind of all-out keyboard-dominated jazz fusion. It's from 1978 on the Arista label, and features some vocals. Alex Ligertwood is excellent, but the highlight is the big keyboard sound of David Sanchez. It's a lovely mixture here of some of the more modern synthesizers. I think it was the Yamaha CS80 was used on this, but loads of lead mini Moog soloing, which is what I bought it for. Really, really good. I guess in a way it was just a little bit late in the day to really take off in the progressive rock jazz fusion genre. 1978, of course, things were starting to kind of change, and a lot of the progressive rock bands were going for sort of shorter pieces, more commercial. And this came out, it is a borderline album, I think, between jazz fusion, but it has definite progressive rock elements with it. So highly recommended. It's on the Arista label. Really nice copy. And also a really nice insert as well with some lyrics. There is some, as I said, some singing on this, but just great. There's a track called Fade Away, which I think could have been a single. Very, very catchy track. And another highlight for me is a track called Matter of Time, which has some really screaming mini Moog solos. So that's David Sanchez and Tone, highly recommended. Thanks very much for watching, and speak to you soon.